let's just start with the basic introduction of ChatGPT first. The word itself defines a lot about ChatGPT, because a lot of people use ChatGPT, but they need to understand what is ChatGPT firstly, and why it is the most common and widely spread AI tool across the market, though it is not a part of a workspace tool. Now, when I say workspace tool, few of them have mentioned while we are talking that I'm using Copilot or I'm using Gemini. They are maybe the tool which are governed by your workspace manager, but ChatGPT can now be controlled by anyone because it gives an individual account to you, which you as a user control itself about its memory, about its personalizations, and about each and everything. But though it is an amazing tool if you use it with cautious and with its right probable implementations. So just without ado, let's take it ahead. So what are we going to discuss today, and what are the agendas for today's discussion is very simple. We need to understand about the basic evolution of ChatGPT and also understand about what is GPT, that is called Generative Pre-trained Transformers, how they generally work and what is the science behind that. Okay. Now, we'll also talk about the underhood, why ChatGPT 5.1 is way better than any other market tool which is available in terms of AI if you're using for your own day-to-day task and finding more enhanced answers and the responses. Then the CR.E.A.T. framework, which is a very common and widely spread framework that used by OpenAI's team itself, but also the Harvard Research Institute has also acknowledged this. This comes with the best framework analysis to get the best outcome from a large language model, which is generally the GPT 5.1 in the case of OpenAI's ChatGPT. Then we have slash hacks and shortcuts. So we all have been using these laptops and gadgets from ages, and we know there are shortkeys that makes our work much easier and faster. And also it looks very cool when you just implement those things in your day-to-day tasks to make your work done easier. That is something very similar with the slash hacks. We will be also unlocking all the list of them. Then why building custom GPTs are important, whether you should go for it, and how are things can be done on the category of building custom GPTs. Honestly speaking, if you just have enough of ChatGPT's good skills, you don't need to build a custom GPT. You can just train your existing GPT with workflow. Now, workflow mastery, how can you just put the things? I mean, whether you just have to give direct all informations, how you can upload files, what files are easily accessible by ChatGPT, and what you should not do that. This is all we can discuss here. And the most important part, the data privacy, what information you should share, where are your information being getting stored, how your information being getting stored there, how they are responding towards your answers, how much information they predict, and how you can personalize or you can build the entire persona of your own AI, that is in this case ChatGPT 5.1. And then we can have a Q&A and skill kit. That's it. Let's move ahead. ChatGPT is a generative AI tool. Now, what is a generative AI tool? Let me just I think I can have this part notes. So when we see about ChatGPT here, in this case, it is a generative AI tool. Now, what is a generative AI tool? These are the tools, those who have capacity to generate your request or generate new forms of answers. So now the generation, is it the real answers or it is a pre-stored answer? This also will unlock how it generates answer. It is a generative AI tool. It is not an agentic AI tool. It is a generative AI tool that generate answers basis on the inputs. Now imagine you may have seen a can which contains a lot of juice itself. Let's say you fill a can or you fill a container with a lot of colorful juice in that, and you mix it. Okay, and if that container has a lot of buttons out there that if you click on pineapple, it will give you pineapple juice outside. If you get apple, it will give you apple juice outside. If you give let's say orange, it gives you orange. But the entire container has all the forms of different forms of juice. In the very same way, the data center or the large language model, if I'll say in this case LLM, in this case of LLM, the bundles and a big billion informations have been stored inside of this. Now you give an input from here. Okay, now LLM process informations and gives you an output. Okay, so for any new user, if you're using ChatGPT is a tool which is called as Gen AI tool. So you can say it's a Gen AI tool. Okay, it's a Gen AI tool. Now, how does it work? We'll understand later down the line, but just a basic agenda to understand. It's a Gen AI tool that generates information. It generates information from where? From large language model. What are the large language models? These are the soul of any generative AI tools who has power to let any generative AI tool functions. Okay, and how they functions? Basis of predictions only. This may sound very different to you guys, but trust me, they work basis on the predictions. They just predict the next probable answers. Okay, that is the quality they have to give an answers to you. Now, in this case, we will also see examples how they do it, and we will ask ChatGPT itself to let us know how you predict, and it will give us a very interesting way. So before that we enter, the few things to remember is Gen AI, the large language model, and the GPT, that is generative pre-trained transformers, that is implemented in all the large language model capacity and these days, and they're actually using it. It is based on the research papers which was published by Google back in 2019. The name of that Google paper is Attention is All You Need, from where this all transformers category started. Let's just start it with the evolutions of ChatGPT. The most powerful tool of ChatGPT once was launched is 3.5, which I think if people who have been using GPT from last 2 years, they may have heard about this tool. And they have been using it for a long period of time. Now, the breakthrough introduced by the conversational AI. Now, why this was very interesting? Because a lot of time when we request our task to anything or Google it anything, we need to extract the information, we need to sort it on our own, and then we get our answers outside. In this capacity, it gives all the pre-formed templates answers to you in a very quick answers form. Okay, now the category second came into existing was ChatGPT 4.0, that is 4.0 introduced the multi-model capacity. You know what is multi-model capacity? Was there, it runs simultaneously on multiple capabilities to bring your answers in the form, which required not only conversational AI, it can talk to you, it can generate information based on the voice recognitions, and as well as it can generate images as well. Now the 5.1 is amazing. Why? Because it enhanced the reasoning mode. Now, the problem with GPT was earlier that it hallucinates a lot. Now, there's another term that's called hallucination. We will learn about this also. So in simple term, you can understand with hallucination is like, I will try to convince you that I am right. It doesn't matter whether I'm right or wrong, but I will try to convince you that I am right by using the wrong approach. In a very simple term, you have to understand this. Now, enhancing its thinking mode and reasoning mode has given capacity to reduce its hallucinating capacity, and it forms into a very interesting tool. So that's all about ChatGPT 4.5 and 1, about basics. It's a Gen AI tool. Its large language model is GPT 5.1. It has more, it's strengthening reasoning capacity and thinking mode, which gives a much more advantage to this tool to reduce its hallucinating capacity. What is hallucination in this case? Hallucination is like it tried to pretend you that, okay, I am right and you need to convince on my answers basis on the negative impact, which just need, you will not find in many other tools, but it really work very well. Okay, who is it for? I mean, the first question is like all of you being using it, but ideally what people have thought about this tool to be get used. I mean, so for creative writers, data scientists, GPT-5 adapts the complexity users and acting as a junior researcher or a senior strategist. Now, why I have used this helping hat as a strategist and senior strategist? Why? Because how do you have to use ChatGPT is much more important, because you generally don't. Let's say if you have to write an email, do not go just simply ask ChatGPT, write an email for a leave application, write an email for my proposal of request. No, you write it exactly what you do. Why? Because the way you write, it will kept on storing in its memory and start developing similar answers the way you write to people. Now, for this, I'll give a very good example. You must go to your Gmails or you must go to your emails, wherever you used to write emails and informations, and see what level of differences has been came into your own replies after using AI and before using AI. You will see, even after immediately reading of those informations, you will find that your answer seems to be look more robotic, though it looks very fancy and very attractive. But when you read with your old previous replies, you will find that though it looks very robotics. Now we are not capable of finding the differences, but later down the line we will able to get it. Okay. So these are some basic idea about ChatGPT. If you have any query about this page, we can just talk it down, or we can just move to the next page. So what about under the hood, okay, of 5.1? I mean, what is 5.1? Let's just introduce to 5.1 to all of you, and how 5.1 look like. So before I go, there are people who mentioned that they have been not using ChatGPT Go version. So this is an account which I've created for the people to see how it looks like. All you just have to refresh this page, and once you refresh, you will able to see here free offer on the top bar. Okay, so once you see the free offer, you can click on the free offer, you go to the upgrade to Go. Okay, so now see what differences have been came here, and you can compare. But that one difference I would tell to you people is that it increases the storage capacity. Now the storage capacity means is that it remembers more information that you talk to ChatGPT, bringing in a better advantage for you, okay, and giving you all the things. Then we have a plus model. Definitely plus is 5x better than this, but it gives you more options and enable features to integrate it with some different tools. Like if you're using Cursor AI, if you're using any other development or code development tools, or you're using any code developments, or you're using image generations models like the OpenAI's image generation model is Sora. If you're using Sora, for that purpose this is good. And if you're going for the pro version to maximize your productivity, this is basically the exact tool which you're able to handle on the peak capacity. But generally, for any regular user, this is good enough. If you are a pro user, you need a lot of codings and a lot of creations of image faster and remembering more. See what has been written here. Remember goals and past conversation. How is it possible? Because of its more storage capacity. So store more context for smarter replies. Okay, it does store, but it has more capacity. So the more storage you will give to any model, the better it keeps you remember. It's a very simple thing. If any one of you, I can see in the meeting, I have a lot of people. Let's say I remember there was a �𝗓 in the meeting, and if �𝗓 says to me that, Anas, you need to remember 5 books which I've given to you, and I will always ask you a question from all those 5 books. Definitely he will be using me. If my capacity is only to remember 2 books, he may ask me, okay, I don't need you because I want somebody to remember all the 5 books. So that is what the difference is. But based on the responses, they're all absolutely same. You will see the answers slightly look different, but the response time and the response is absolutely same. There is nothing different with that. So the people who are not using the Go versions, they can use, because Go is free for Indian users. You can click on upgrade to Go. Now, once you click on the upgrade to Go, you will go to the payment gateway. Now people will come and ask to me that why we have a payment gateway. We can just simply give a location and we can activate it. The reason is why, because after 1 year, you may need to pay, or you may need to resume the account for that purpose. And also they need your payment details to keep it, remember that you are the only individual user for that. So you can use UPI as well, because with the help of UPI, what advantage you will have, you will generate a mandate which you can later cancel also from your UPI wallet and UPI account. You can directly go and you can do that. So in this case, if I put my UPI ID, it's just like maybe it's like, I think it's like a demo ID, like I have 𝗧𝗵𝗲𝗕𝘀𝗶 and okay, sorry, it's asking for the name, my bad. So you just have to put your name here. You just put your address. Let's say, okay, Santiago. That's it. Okay, no, I can put Delhi. Okay, Delhi, India. I can put rest of things if needed. You can put their city 2 pin code. Let's say, okay, 1101112. Fine enough. I can give my VPI ID. This is virtual pay. Okay, you need something more so like a B56. We can give. Fine enough. And then I can give my payment ID, that is called give 𝗧𝗵𝗲𝗕𝘀𝗶. So now I'm purchasing, and I just have to put subscribe. Once the time I put subscribe, I have to agree on it and go for it. So the request will be sent to your UPI ID. You can just approve there. Once your approval is accepted, Once your approval has been done, you can see the monthly subscriptions of $399 has been made 0 for you, and you can use it for 12 months. Now, how it will look like for 12 months users, it will look like this. So this is the version which I've actually premiumly have taken up. Okay, let's just leave this page and go here. So this is the basic version, and this is the 5.1 Pro version which you can use. You can also have an Atlas feature, which is an AI browser of OpenAI. Okay, so let's go ahead first. So the first time when you are using ChatGPT, how many of you personalize your ChatGPT? Do you know that you can customize your own ChatGPT, how it should talk and how it should respond? How many of you know that? Or how many have done that? Yes or no? Or if you guys know, I can just take it ahead to the next step. 𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗲𝗏 has meant yes. Okay, got it. So let's just do it. Okay, this is the first layout. If I'll get my ChatGPT, the first thing I'll go to my personalized settings. Okay, so this is my personalized setting. In my personalized settings, I have given a nickname to my ChatGPT. So I can give any nickname to my ChatGPT. Let's say I'm a consultant, so I can say consultant. So it will always. So I'm a consultant. It's my nick. Okay, I can give it to occupation. I can give my nickname like, I'll take Һръщ. Һръщ was there in the meeting. So we have Һръщ, that's a nickname. Then we go for the occupation. So occupation, I can put it consultant. So to all the users, the best place you can get is just to upload your resume, the updated resume, okay? And ask is to summarize into 50 words, 60 words, 70 words, and you just paste it here. So in this case, what I will do, I can do just one thing. I can go to my LinkedIn page. I can use my LinkedIn as well for the same thing. And let's just go here, and I'll go to my profile. Okay, I think let it be. What I'll do, I'll just take a short summary from here. Okay, I am a consultant and I've worked for 10 years expertise as well. And expertise in banking, always. Now what I'll say, I have given a double click arrow. So these are not just the random marks. These are the shift marks which generally you can use in your prompt of ChatGPT. We'll also talk about the prompt as well, but I want to give a specific task. This is the information. Now the specific task is that make a persona of this in 50 words. It will make the persona of this person I have talked about here in 50 words, and it will give everything as me to here. I can copy it. So if I have my resume or if I have my updated information, so I can upload my resume here and ask immediately simple question that build a resume, build a persona for this person, and just put it here. Also, you wanted to always remember one thing. Okay, so what you wanted to remember, I want them that always end my answers with a what? Thank you. Okay, now the next category is memory. That was we're talking about. So let ChatGPT save your memories when responding. You can enable it or you can disable it as well. Okay, it is up to you. Now when I say using memory, you can learn more about the memory, how they store the memory and how they process the memory. There's a bundles of FAQs, and in terms of data privacy, they are absolutely fine. They are not going to store anything on the servers until you are putting it in the chat conversations, and you can even manage your memories. So let me just enable the memory, and I can manage my memory also, and I can see what informations I've been giving in app, and I can see but right now I keep all my chats in archive. So you can see there is no chat visible here. The same habit you can also develop while using, because we never wanted to just showcase what are your previous chat, because they have an option of making visibility here. So let it be. We'll do it later. The reference history and advanced settings. You can go to now we have few memory settings. The first thing is about your nickname. You can put it the nickname. The second is your occupation. because basis on that, it will start redrafting your information. If you put it doctor, it will draft in that way. If you put it engineer, if you put it security consultant, it will start doing things in that way. Just don't do it in a random way. Okay, first prepare your chat GPT. It should look like your companion. Okay, I mentioned it about it's a generative AI tool, but though it acts as a good companion for you. Okay, now after this, you can just set up the memory part and then reference histories and everything. The advanced settings you have. What if you wanted to execute code, if you wanted to chat GPT enable voice, you can do that. I can also let chat GPT automatically correct with the source answers. You can enable that, you can use it. Now these are the personalized things which you can do with ChatGPT, and also you have a style tone. So it has a very basic style that's default tone, but I don't want it to have a default tone. I want to be a professional tone because I'm a consultant. If I'm using for my college part or my friend chats, I can put it friendly. I wanted to go for my Instagram chats or my Facebook chats or any other post, I can go candid. I wanted to be playful, I could be in this. I want to be efficient, I go there. And there are some few categories as well. So basically, you can put it professional first. You put your custom instructions. Now, what are the custom instructions? So what is custom instructions? Custom instructions is basically whenever it generate answers, it should be aware that what things it has to bring it out. Okay, so we will copy custom instructions and we'll go our previous chat. And I'll also ask him the same thing now in this customer things here. Make custom instructions also for my chat GPT in 50 words. So, okay, so now can you see what I said that this, now why I'm saying this is all just you have to do when you're setting up a chat GPT. Upload your resume and ask him, a simple thing, make a persona of this in 50 words. When it's ready, now the next thing which you have to ask him, make a custom instructions also in 50 words for the similar person. Now treat me as a banking fintech consultant with 10 years of expertise, give concise, professional and high impact answers, prioritize clarity, actionable steps, real world examples, strategies, insights. That's all it will take care. So every time when it's go to an LLM, okay, now I have given this to it. Now every time when it go to large language model where the data has been stored and it uses the information, it will bring out all those informations in this way first. Okay, now what I will do, I am done with setting up my chat GPT. In personalizations I can do, you can go for the notifications as well, that is you can use for your email pass. Then we have the general settings. You have the voice options as well. You can set up the voice with specific quality. Separate voice mode is also there, but the most important is personalization, because that is the 50% work which actually worked on for you. Now I have personalized my app. There's an app character features also. Now there's a lot of app has been available now, which you can see here. The Adobe Acrobat and Express, Photoshop, Valdations, Ravo, Coursera, Expedia. I think it was a couple of months ago when they came up with only Canva, Spotify, and Vercel and Stripe. Now they are adding more applications. So you can connect directly these applications here. I have connected Canva and we will see how it will go directly to the Canva and build things for me and give it to me back. Later down the line, they will enable Excel as well and other features as well. Okay. Now they have Figma as well. Those who are designing in this meeting, they can directly get their Figma from here. I'm not saying it will give you 100% response, but it could be your best companion buddy in the time of work which you're actually doing. So these are the app connected which you can connect. Like you can see, I have connected my Canva around 10th December. Okay, you can disconnect from here if you want. You can connect back also. So let it be. We'll check in that data. Now we have data controls. Now what is data controls? Now the data which you give to ChatGPT, how you can control the improved model for everyone. You can just switch off this. Okay, so when you allow content to be used to train models which makes ChatGPT better for you and everyone who is you to take steps, you can just switch it off. If you don't want it to give my information, generally I keep it on because it's fine. I do not use it for any personal purpose. This is just a dummy account, so they can use it now. But if you're using for any specific task, like you don't want it to disclose your content information, because now why I'm saying this is risky. Imagine you built a drawing, okay, and you wanted to keep its uniqueness alive, but you did not enable this feature. Now ChatGPT use your own drawing to train its model. If somebody else across the globe gives the same prompt to get something, it will guess the answer basis on the information developed by you and OpenAI use that information to train GPT 5.1, it will or it may can give similar answer to that person also. Then the problem will arise for you, which you try to keep reserved for yourself. So you can just uh, go to ChatGPT and enable this model if you are using as a personal account. For my all personal account, I'd never allow them to use my model's information, because you never know when your model can give your generated output as someone else output. Okay, now okay, so shared link archive chat. Now what is this? Is a very amazing, it's called archive chat. Instead of deleting chats, you can archive them. So archiving them will allow them to know not showing you chats here. That is the very best practice. When you're done, keep it in archive only, because it should not be reflected on your main screen. This is the basic hygiene of using ChatGPT, because you never wanted to ever people while displaying your screen or watching your screen can get to know what type of searches you have made out there. They have also given the MFA, that is multi-factor authentications, which you guys, I mean, the security guys knows. And if you don't know that, that's a level of authentication which allows users to have multiple factor verifying user identity and then letting them enter to the information. So you can put some 6-digit verification code on WhatsApp as well. I think this is very much important in India now, because GPT has made free them Go versions. So you can enable this directly from here by just activating from your mobile phone. This will reload it. I don't want this to happen. But yes, if you want that level of safety, the security guys, they can just enable their MFA for that as well. Now, just go back here. So I think that's all. And we have saved the personalization as well. Like you can get a QR code and then you can just a 6-digit code that you can do later down the line if you wanted to do to connect your authenticator app. I mean, I recommend to people you should use this MFA as well. You never know when your information get compromised if you're using ChatGPT. Do not wait for breach to happen. Do not wait for any scam to happen. Just stay ahead by using these security features. So we have seen the personal notification, the personalized features which you can do, the app connected features, the data controls, the security features, and not the parent control. If you now you cannot stop. I remember I was having a chat with my colleague today in the office, and they mentioned to me that their students' farewell is going to come for their class 12th, and they mentioned that I recommend to my child wear a red color sari, but my child mentioned to me, no, I will wear blue color sari because I have given my a lot of pictures to ChatGPT and a lot of information about myself to ChatGPT. It recommended me to wear the blue sari. So you cannot limit the kids around you who are using ChatGPT, what level of things they are using, how they are using, what information they are taking out from there. Based on the predictions, they just deceive their own decisions. Okay, I'm again repeating this line. Based on the predictions of ChatGPT, the kids are deceiving their own decisions. So you need to be slightly active. If any one of them are having been the parents here, you can control by adding family parental controls here as well. Now the basic idea about your accounts, what accounts you have, and the payment managements and all. Okay, that's you can do. Now let's go back and see how to use ChatGPT. Now this is how you can set up your ChatGPT. Now our ChatGPT is perfectly set up with its personalization, its security, and its data centers. Now we go back to slide again to understand few of the model modes. That's called under the hood of 5.1 model mode. Instant and reason model thing. Now why instant and thinking mode is important? You need to understand this. Generally, previously, ChatGPT does not give you exact results on single click. It tried to have a conversations with you because it wanted to understand the basic context what you're looking for, and then it gives you answer. But now the instant feature has allowed them to directly reach to your outcome, which actually enables you to get the answer. The reason why, because it optimizes feeling conversational behavior and gives you a very immediate draft. Same new thing they have also enabled, that's called thinking mode. Now what is thinking mode? Now we'll see here when we start using it. So you go here on the plus bar, you have create image, and this is not the part of this, we'll not be doing that. Then you have a deep search, and then we have shopping researches as well. You can do shopping research as well. You can connect your shopping sites as well. It will do a lot of research for you. And then we have thinking mode. That is what the word thinking mode it is. Now, thinking mode is a feature which you will able to see here is a feature that allows to go deeper and find the best reasons. So which work gives you a thinking mode? Let me do a scenario. I can see a breach in my code of company. Can you build a draft report based on history. Now, when I do this, it will not only find answers for me, it will start drafting the report request, and it will first go beneath the level of large language model. It understands everything, and now it will draft. I mean, the security people know that's called incident report. I haven't given the word incident report. It's just simply said, I have a breach, can I have a breach in my code, and I want to draft a report. It has developed an executive report summary for me. Why would I have not used a simple feature? Let me try the same thing now on a very generic form, which is general chat GPT. I'll put it and see how it gives an answers to me. So can you see this? This is a basic answer which I can get when I am not using a thinking mode, because it is just drafting it for me. It is just giving me a layout which I can use and write. When I have shifted to the thinking mode, it has built a complete analytical step-by-step understanding. Is also use an ISO timestamp. Let me check if do we have ISO timestamp here. I can see I have searched the word ISO timestamp, but I cannot see it here. But you can see it here. It has gone through the real process because you allowed ChatGPT to think about a scenario first. When it thinks about the scenario, then it reacts to the scenario and rebuild the entire thing. It has given you RSE as well, and evidence to be collected, actions to be taken, redemptions completed. The prompt was same. I haven't done anything new in that. The prompt is also here. It also gives you the result in 7 seconds. That is just they wanted to show and promote themselves, nothing related to your output. So yes, where you should use thinking mode. Thinking mode should always be there when you're clueless and when you have no idea about what could be the probable scenario in this case. Let's say I'm planning for an examinations and I don't know. Let's say I'm planning for a CISSP examinations or I'm planning for CISA examinations, and I have an experience of 10 years and I have prepared my informations. A lot of books I have also written and a lot of categories I have also done. Now put me into an interview scenario where I will be asked the most probable 15 questions I could be from an interviewer in a company. Now, before you putting yourself into a scenario, you have kept the GPT to a thinking processes to thought like you, to think like you, and then to react like you. So before I get my answer, let me check whether I got all things the way I need it. It has given me exactly in the same way which has been needed to me. Okay, now it convert into PDFs and internal slide decks. That is all you need. If you want to do that, you can just ask it. You just have to copy it and you just have to revert back the same thing here and it will do it for you. Let it do the same thing here. Now we can go back to the multi-modal core category. This is more important, and this is why I want users to just pay attention how this multi-modal categories and multi-modal core works. So what are these multi-modal? Understand in a very simple sense. You all have 5 senses organs or 6 senses organs. We kept on talking that you have 6 senses very strong, your 5 senses is there. You know that all our senses respond at particular time accurately, absolutely on at a verge where we can just check it down. It really responds in all possible ways. In the very same way, we enable these models to process, to create, to generate, and to identify on a very real-time basis. They use multi-modal cores to give ability to see, hear, and speak immediately on the very same moment of time. And that is why these level of GPTs are very much important to identify. Now, the personalities and reliability that you have seen, this is already we have talked about because I was a little quick to that part. You have seen the professional categories and you can do it candid as well. You can make it quirky as well. So they have 8 distinct chat styles, which you have seen there. You can download PPTX as well. I can just download my presentation is ready. Let's see how it looks like. We can open it later down the line. I can just open the PDF here first. Okay, just a minute. We have the PDF ready. Okay, that's you can download it, you can put it, fill back. That's slightly generic. I will not recommend to make PPT from ChatGPT. That is not a good tool. You can use some other AI tool. But yeah, if you're using a ChatGPT, that's the first level of understanding that which model mode you are using. The model is 5.1, which you can see here. but the mode which you have to use, have to decide it. Okay, so thinking mode is when you're clueless about your output, that what it could give us. You wanted to put yourself in a scenario which you don't have enough ample amount of time to think and then get back. Let ChatGPT think behalf of you, and you draft the answers. That's it. So you have seen the distinct chat styles which you can act like. So when you say, you can see here, you can just write it in this way as well. Stop prompting like act like ChatGPT. You have seen there's a lot of people have talked about over the, I mean, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, that you can use a prompt like act like a doctor, or act like superstar, or act like uh, a 5 years GRC consultant, or act like some. Don't do that. Instead of that, go directly. You can customize from here and personalize it exactly. Not every time you just have to put this in the prompt. The next thing is enhance the reliability. Why it is so important? It actually, if you go there and see what I was talking about, reducing the hallucinations. Now, hallucination is something which you need to understand. Okay, so I have A here. It's written like M, and I will also write another M like this, and I will write another M like this. Now, I will also write another M, and all of them have been used to train the model. Okay, this first, second, third, and fourth. Now, when I ask ChatGPT, does M look like this? It will say yes. Why? Because in its training model, there was a data. Sorry, guys. There was a data which similarly look like this and have been used in training. If you say M look like this, it will say yes. If you ask, give me the perfect M look like, it doesn't know which one of them is perfect, because for its training data, all of them were M. So in that scenario, there are probable chances that it may tell you that yes, this is the right M. It looks like this, and that is need to be look like this only. But you know, hidden down the line in the database or in its large language model, there's another M that looks like this. Why I'm using these letters only? Because the first level of generation of any chat GPT's model or any generation is based on the text only. It predicts the next possible text. Now, before I just jump to the next part, see, when you read this line and you will to understand that it refuses the refusal of error. You may have seen recently the Deloitte's case, which they are into consideration, and they are telling about a big amount of data has been come up with and hallucinated information. Why? Because the model got trained in such a way that it knows all the answers and it tried to predict. So there are probable chances it can predict the wrong answers as well, because it just string the predictions of the next possible word, and that it also will see. The most trustworthy partner yet, but making always informations. Okay, so the next slides we have is the create framework and why it is important to all ChatGPT users, because that's the core fund of prompt. Okay, just give me a second. I want to just change the presentation mode. So I'm here. I think is this visible? Can you check in the chat, because I'll be putting some notes as well so you can see. Can you see the notes part for me? Yeah, got it. Let's just do a test now. Okay, got it. So what I will do, the data I have given to my model, let's say, if it is a chat GPT, now we will understand how chat GPT gives us answers. Okay. So I will be giving 5 case. We will be training. This is very important. Why? Because this way you will talk a little bit more ahead of any general chat GPT users, that how chat GPT brings answers. It does not know anything. It is just predicting basis on this. So 5 case studies we have given. So, okay, the first thing which we will give to ChatGPT is like India is big. The second, we have given the case study like India is COE country. The third we select that Delhi is in India. Now the fourth data I have given to my ChatGPT's large language model is that Delhi is capital The fifth is we will give now. While I was training my model, I have given this is the training data. Now this is the training data. Now this is ChatGPT. Now this is ChatGPT 5.1. Okay. Now the question, let's say Faraq was there in the meeting, I can put his name. His question was, what is capital now the question is very simple. What is capital of India? Now it will have to generate the answer. Now what would be the probable answer? Now it will go back here. Now during its training we have given, you never know, this data could be from, let's say this data could be from Reddit, this data could be from Twitter, this could be from Wikipedia, this could be from like readers, it could be from anywhere, or this could be from, let's say, Times of India newspaper, TOI. Now the science behind using this is very interesting. Let's get the pen again. Now what it will do in this category, okay, I'll use the chat part, that will be more easier for all of you. Now what is the capital of India is my question. 5 case study training data that I've given to it. Now in this case the answer should be what? I want people to give me in chat first. Can anyone of it, despite of knowing this the capital is what, can this data has any sort of hint for you to give me an answer? What is the capital? Yes or no? Okay, so how will it do this? Now first thing it will do, it will tokenize. Tokenize what? In this case it will break this entire question into small bits. Now what is these small bits will do? Next step will be what? It will now predict the next word. So let's break this all into small words. What plus is plus capital plus of plus India. Now it will try to predict the next probable answers beside every token it has. So in the training, first it will check what is the capital of India. Now what is the question? It will start eliminating words from in its answer. Now let's see how it will generate the answers. What is the question mark it has learned in the training? The next thing it will do is what? It will use the. Now what it will add next? The question was capital. First, it will generate its answers only. What of India? Now the next game starts. Can you see I have left is, and it will start predicting the next word in sentence is. Now the big question comes, question mark. This was all in its formation of sentences which was trained to it. It knows it very well. The formation is the basic part of pre-trained transformer. Those are GPTs. They know these generations that is how they have to build the sentences. But now the question gets striked at what is the answer, actual answer is missing now. If I'll put it the dash here, this is missing. Now how it will identify this from the training data? It will predict what it could be. It could be big. Let's try. It will try all the answers here first. First it will write big. Also, it may be think like the first answer could be big. Then it will redefine answer and it can write country. And then it write the next answer. Instead of country, it could write again India. And then the next guess it will make Hindi. And then the next guess it will make what? Delhi. This is all happening behind the screen when you are asking ChatGPT. Now this answer is in the case of factual 30% correct. This is in the factual error. Based on the training data, it's 33% correct. This in factual data is only 40% correct. This in factual data for ChatGPT's training is 60% correct. Because the capital of India is Hindi, it doesn't make sounds to him, but it will rank all the outputs and then see which is closest to it. It will 90%. So when GPT was trained, this was done by OpenAI. The team of OpenAI has done this. This is user. This is what you, the user. The user has built a question number one. What is the capital of India? It will go back to its data center where the training has been done. It will read all the probable answers and it will tokenize first all the answers. So tokenizing what? Breaking down your questions into small bits. And then the question will look like slightly this. Now, after the question has been broken down, it will find the next probable answer, that formation of sentences. The capital of India is. Now, the question mark was the answer. The answer will all probable training data will be start getting guessed by GPT itself by predicting the next possible answer. And every time it start putting words there and find the best probable answer is that the Delhi ranked 90%. These ranking are done based on the regression process inside the model, that is the large language model. And the regression is simply is like that hit and trial method generally used to do in a back in time, and it trains model it much better way, and it gives you idea to rank its information. So this answers ranks 90%. The output will be this. Now you will get the output very simple. The capital of India is Delhi. Now let's try this question on ChatGPT and see how it responds. So this is my ChatGPT and I will, what is, oh sorry, it has taken the screen. So what is the capital of India? So before I go ahead, can you see, just remove this part and just see the first part. The capital of India is, can you see, this is how the answer has been generated inside the GPT. Okay. Now, when you go back here again, can you see the training data could be anything. They may have uploaded the newspaper, the information, bundles of information has been uploaded from where it can predict the answers. This was just an example I've shown you guys. This is how ChatGPT predicts its answers. The question get tokenized into small bits. Those small bits then get categorized into the multiple answers by ranking all probable outputs. The best rank outputs then forms the answers and then delivered you in the form of text. It has no sense of understanding that what is capital of India. Based on the data it is available there, it predicts the next probable words predictions will get the ranks, and the highest rank will be ranked as the best probable generated answers and will be come to you in the form of like this. I hope this makes sense to you guys. Any confusion to this? Okay, that's nice. Okay, so now we are heading for the closing in the next part of the session, and I'll try to just slightly be quick on this category now. Now, this is what I was important to tell you, that this is the generation form. We talk about what? That ChatGPT is a generative AI tool. Can you see, go here? We talk about that it is a generative AI tool. In the very same way, the generations of all those tools were based on this category that we talked about. This is how it generates. This is the data center. The training has been done. Now imagine I have built a, an output. What I have done, I am Anas, and what I have done, I have uploaded an information here that the capital of India is not changed from Delhi to Mumbai. And this is confidential. This is confidential because the government of India has not released it. Being an employee of government employee, I have uploaded this on the ChatGPT and asked him to draft a formal mail, and I want to send that mail to my boss. Now, what will happen?
21 hours.
It will take that data and send it back to a training center. And once the training is completed, even there is no subjected to publical informations, it may hallucinate to me when somebody like me has got a rumor and asks, is the capital of India is Mumbai? It may give me answer yes, probable chances, because it will not reflect to the sources. Can you see? We cannot see the sources out here from where the source information is coming down. It is just as generated information based on the trained information. So if I would have not closed this in my personalizations, the data centers have not closed this, there are probable chances that your confidential data, which was still yet not been published, can be sent to the GPT. And this, for this, you can go and learn the real case study of the recent Oxford studies, where the students will start uploading their research paper to get it drafted for ChatGPT, and down the line some students find that the similar answer which has not even published by the research institutes has start getting given by the chat gpt. So it is not magic or dangerous. It is to be a bit more cautious. Now, how can you frame your prompt? Okay, so this is a very interesting thing to remember always. It is a very simple thing to remember. That's called create. Okay, now what is create in this category? The character. Why? Because you have to build ChatGPT a character. Okay, how should it look like? The role you have to give. Then you have to give the task. Okay, so what is task in this category? What information you wanted to give it to him? Now, a few examples. Okay, if you not give examples to it, it may not able to relate it. And then addition of tone and styles, how you wanted the answers, and then type and formats and extra context. Now, let's say take an example. If you have a prompt exactly in the CRANE framework, which is given by OpenAI's team itself, you can simply say act like character would be what? GRC consultant. I need to request, the request is simple, draft a GRC policy. Here is an example of Deloitte's recent research given by consultants. Ensure that you use actionable professional tone because the audience is slightly new. Output is of what type? It should be in the bullet forms and follow the standard draft. And then here is some extra background. You can give some research paper or resources, and then you get your information being getting more creamed and more advanced. Okay. Again, I'm repeating this, the create framework. Whenever you're writing it, you can just simply copy this prompt and put it, see it for you. Whenever you are going to just build a deep research or anything like there, you just go there and use the simple prompt. That do not worry about any type of specific prompt. This is enough. You just go there and use that create framework and generate your informations in a much more enhanced way. There are people using ChatGPT randomly going and putting out their informations there. I would say that you should not do that. Okay, let me just close this. It is all. I don't need a pen there. Okay, so if I go here, you can see the texts are available. Now, no, sorry, I got to the next page. Anyone has any confusion with the create framework? because guys, I'm slightly run of the short of time. I'll be trying wrapping up. So just to remember, the create framework is the basic essence how to talk with ChatGPT. Remember, all those things should be available there to get the best output result. And the result and output you have seen how it comes out. Create your own short code. This is a very interesting for the developers who are using it. Now, how you can develop a code like short codes. Imagine if you try /pro/visual/elif, it will give you information like explain me like I'm 5. Let's try this. What I will do here, I will ask him to write an essay on India in 100 words. It will write an essay first. And we have seen that create your own short codes that you can also create, and where you can create these slash hacks. You can just turn on the slash hacks there. Just a minute. I think the slide shifted. Okay. Now I got this answer here. Now I want this to be in bullets. So I'll put slash, I'll put bullets. Now it will give all the answers in the form of bullets. Now there's another problem. I want to put slash 𝗨𝗚𝗃 5. So when you see this, understood, the command has been acknowledged and you're interested in specific formatting actions trigger the logical rotation and specify the intent. So you can execute. Now this starts saving your commands and building your own code. So can you see that 𝗨𝗚𝗃 5 is there, but not F. Now give me an again option to you. Now we will put 𝗨𝗚𝗃 5. Explain me like I'm 5. Now it will explain the entire version like I'm 5. So there are more than 100 slash hacks which has already been enabled by ChatGPT itself. But yes, you can go to your personalized settings and you can enable slash hacks there as well. That more about you in the custom instructions, you can also put it here that slash /result means give me report in PDF, and you just kept on saving there. The customs is safe. You can just use /result and then it will start delivering in that form what you're just looking out for there. It will start training it, analyzing it there. For first it will analyze it there and build the PDFs for you. Now we're going back to the next category that is called slash hacks and the hidden skills. These are actually the hidden skills. They are very amazing tools, skills which you can develop by using slash hacks. /pro, /visual, /elif is one of them, but you can use many of them are still there. Like slash bullets are there. You can use slash hacks are there. Slash summarize are there, which are the hidden tools of ChatGPT which you can use. Now, your personalized AI team, this is something generally all of you people are doing, like your pro technique for custom GPTs. Now, the custom GPTs are what? I generally don't recommend to build any custom GPTs because those are third-party agents. Maybe your organization will not allow you to use those tools. So instead of building custom GPTs on ChatGPT, better you can build your custom agents and custom GPTs on Copilot and Google Gemini, because those are two workspaces generally you people will be using there. But still, if you wanted to use, you can first, for that you just have a pro version user, and being a pro version user, you can just have to do the same process just like you have done in personalizations and data storage, and it will start look like that only. The next category is workflow mastery research called automated data analysis. This is the most core interesting part. Let me now do it interesting thing. Can you see here? Have you guys seen this? Is it interesting for ARC? You just give a thumbs up. Have you tried this? Training your, coding your own ChatGPT with slash hacks? Guys, just a minute ago, if you can see, I have gone to my personalize and I've set /result means give report in PDF. Now it got it. Now every time when you put /result, it will give you PDFs. So that is how you train your own ChatGPTs on a hidden skills that you have done with your work. You just have to put /hacks and Boom, your result is absolutely fine. You get it there what you want. So you can train it with multiple codes. There are 100 codes which is given by ChatGPT itself, but you can make more for yourself. Okay, that's a good part about ChatGPT. Now I think I was searching for one thing. Let's make I need GRC incident report. I need a GRC report template. Okay, I think I can need image for this. Got it. So this is the GRC framework I'm having. Okay, and I'll open the image first. Now I just want it to build a presentation for me on this. I'll take a screenshot. My screenshot has been taken now. It is at the bottom right now. Let me copy to my clipboard. I think it is. Oh, I think it's not copied. Just a second. I'll copy to my clipboards, and now I'll go my ChatGPT again, the new chat, and then I will put it here. Okay, this is a task which I'm giving to all of you. You go and you will see the answer lies in this slide. When we were talking about these ChatGPTs. If ChatGPT gets something which can be broken down into text, it will take down back to its training data if your training is enabled there. And then it can give you in any forms. But you all know that extracting text from image is not that easy for any large language model to train itself. It can just read it as an image and it can give you information based on that. Now the text that will get as an output after this, let me create a report on this information. Now it will create a report for me. Now it is analyzing image. Now, analyzing image, you all guys know this image text can only be extracted as an individual text. It will not give a context to anyone that from where this image has been taken down. It can take GRC framework template. It can take text from here, text from here. It will get breakdown into so many tokens which you have no idea. That is why the analyzing of image generally takes much more time than any other input which you give it to it. And then it will gives you. So now it is still building the tokens of these inputs. The input was very simple in terms of text, but when you added an image to that, it starts getting it tokenizing for many. OCR is less reliable therefore. So can you see this now? It has started understanding my work node. It started giving me my PDF report as well. I can see my PDF report of GRC hands-on work and I can do it right away. Now you need to understand the game was behind the tokenizing thing. The more it tokenizes, the more small bit it creates, it's very difficult to rewrite the same context. But if you give it in the more readable form, your data, your text and all, it will get so much confused at that moment of time to just retrain that information. So it's slightly safer to use images with respect to any readable form of information given to it, ChatGPT. So this you can use as snapshot, take a snip, put it there, and then go ahead on the conversation with ChatGPT here at this part. Okay, guys, let's go to. I think I'm very close to end session. And we have seen the deep research. Now, the deep research is the combine of thinking mode and web browsing. Now, you can take it deep research as I generally not do deep research because it takes a lot of time, but let's do a deep research. Can anyone give me any topic to do a deep research? Let's add more people in this. I take it two chats are there. I'll read the chat, guys. I think I'm sharing screen, so I'm able to read it. Okay, so let's do a deep research on what? Deep. Give me 5 most important points of DPDP-A Act. Impact of agentic AI and jobs. Okay, got it, Harsh. Okay, I'll take it. Impact of agentic AI. Impact of agentic 2026. Now you all guys know what it will do. It will first tokenize my request. Based on my tokenizations, it will try to find my answers. Before finding any answers, it will start predicting the best probable answers. But before it predict my answer, I have added a layer of research. The first, it will go the research of the web browsers. Where it will do research? All the research will happen on the web browsing. So, which means surface browsing. Okay, guys, surface browsing, which is, well, whatever information available on internet, like it will go all those pages and read everything, and then get back to me with an answers by using the thinking mode. Now, what is thinking mode? It has done all the shoppings from Google. Okay, all the web surfing shopping is done. It collected all the data. Now it will read all those informations, and after reading all those information, it will think like me and give it to me and a result. So I'll put it on this mode, and you can see it will start giving you pop-up as well what is actually doing on the backends. It will give you, are you interested in specific industries? Okay, go for it. Yeah, yes, I think I should go for tech industries. I'll copy tech and I'll put it here and just go ahead. Okay, now can you see the research starts? So it's a timer is there. It will start doing research. Now what is actually doing at this moment of time? It is actually shopping the informations available on the surface internet. Okay, after surfacing all those informations, it has sending all those information to thinking mode. Now what thinking mode is doing? Thinking mode is thinking like as a consultant I am, and finding the best way to just find my answers. And once the answers are generated, after that, detokenizations will be done, and all the probable answers will be get formed the way we have seen the last moment of time. Let it generate. So can anyone tell me what is the biggest threat for AI or any generative AI tool? Just now I said that generative AI tool visit to surface informations. Okay, I can stop sharing, then I think I can, just a minute. Okay, now I think I can read the chat as well. Let it do the surface, and then I can take the sub chats as well. If agentic or if any AI tool ever get a loophole, instead of surfing the informations on the surface web and they route to a dark web, it could be the biggest hilarious things possible for any AI tool, because that's not human. That's the code which will not get stopped penetrating anywhere. So the recent research which is actually going on these days is to building a wall ever been or broken by any AI tools to bypass the web surface or the surface web browsing for all those reasoning and all those thinking modeling process, to not ever dive it down to any dark web's informations. Okay. These are yet not published, but if you go and read or the research paper or consensus AI, you can see to read about them. Okay, let me share the screen again and let me just, sorry. Guys, I'll give you 5 minutes. I'll take the questions as well, and then I'll just complete this. You can see it will give you sources as well. Now, why I'm getting the sources? Because we have seen that it will go and do first what? Web surfing. Right now, it's doing the web surfing. It is also giving me the websites links. I can click on website and you can see where it has served those informations so that I could be available all that. Okay, so it has gone to the McKinsey's website as well. It is still running on other websites as well. It has been reading Stanford's PwC CBS PDFs of JP Morgan's as well, PwC's data. So that is why I generally like the best model, and it's trying to multitasking as well without a wait. The best mode which you can use is thinking mode, which is a nice mode to do a drafting, a detailed research or a deep research. If you can do, you can just go here and start doing it in this mode. And because it gives you first thing what, it starts surfing the informations. Where's my PPT? I got it. Yeah. The first thing it will start doing the combination of web surfing with thinking mode. The web mode is give you the information from it is getting gathered. Thinking mode gives them capacity to think like you and return give you back answers the way you wanted it. Okay. Now I think we're in the last, memory and history. We have seen about this. What is memory and history? Now memory is what? How you build your GPT, which we have seen it here. You can go and personalize it here with all the codes. Those are slash hacks or the commands. It could be probably your profession. The best way to build is upload your resume, ask for 50 words information, put it there, and then go back again and ask for constructions of what? Your custom instructions basis on that only. All the slash hacks will be part of custom instructions only, guys. It should not be part of about more about you. Okay, this is what you can let it remember. Now memories, it will be increased if you're using the Go version, which is free for all Indian users. The second thing was very interesting is what about history? Now, can you see I have done 3 chats here and all those are visible here. I don't want, because every time if I, let's say my screen is visible and I'm showing my screen here as well. And for any reason I have to open my libraries and search, my chat histories will be also get visible. I can keep it hide, but maybe down the line you may sit down to get it there. So what you can do, instead of deleting them, archive them, because later if you want to retrieve them, you can retrieve them, because deleting will let your chat GPT forget about your tendency of finding informations and your habits. Take a simple example. You have a roommate and who always have a bad habit of taking your shoes and taking your clothes when you are in your college days. That is what? This is the behavior understanding of somebody and then predicting its nature. Okay, I'll not put my new t-shirts in my room because I know if he get it, he'll use it. The same way, these generative AI tool also predicts the behavioral changes of yours and kept on training themselves to give you the best probable answer which you like. And that is why the product will be get users favorite automatically. Okay. So that's the history behind, that's the agenda behind talking about history. You can also control your history. We have seen that you can control your history. You can go to settings and you can see your data controls and you can delete all the chats and all the history will be get removed from here. It will not be get saved anywhere. Now, the next thing is your data and your control. We have seen about data and control, okay? The training of any models is actually done based on your own data. I will not lie on that. If you go and do the research of ChatGPT itself, your data is being getting used to train any model. If you have not enabled this feature, go to personalize, go to security and switch, data and just off this. Now giving me your data, more than 80% Indians are still using this with switched on. That is why ChatGPT Go is free for Indian users, because they are training the model based on the Indian behavioral tendency, what Indian users are giving behavioral learning, because of which this model will improvise itself and give it the best form. But I have no problem with that. The problem is comes when unpublished data which is getting created by you get used by this model to train themselves. Imagine you have built a mathematical analysis and you got the answer at light after this research, and it start using the same model to train itself, and somebody across the globe in Chennai or in Mumbai has asked a similar question, it will start giving answers to that user as well, which was made by you once, which is not even yet get published authentically. So that is why it is very much important to enable that feature. Now the temporary chat, I can say the word they have used for sensitive conversations. The sensitive conversation is very different basis on the people. Okay, I'll just duplicate this so I can just show you. Okay, let it do what it's doing in the, can you see it has been doing search here. Let me just open one more chat, open a new chat. So when I go here, you can see on the top bar, turn on temporary chats. It's just like a cognitive window, but not similar to that. This window would appear in the history and update will not be apparent save here. So you want to do something on the recent here for just, I mean, I want to, okay, plan my trip to London. So when I do this, I want to keep it safe. I want it to be in my history here. I want to put it in archive as well. It will plan my London itinerary, where I have to go, when I have to go. This is the part of temporary chat, which you can use as a sensitive content, or you don't want it to keep it with you. You can just remove it down for immediate research or immediate lookout. So we were here at the best feature. We can see the deep research. This you should use. This is very, now you can see the 16 sources. If you click here, you get direct to the sources which is actually using. It gives an idea to convince others from where you have taken the informations and how authentic is the information for this. Okay, and the activities are going here, what is actually going on. It is kept on telling you also. I'm looking for the report of what I'm examining the amplitude predictions of AI jobless, can see specific 20 years. I'm curious about the automated tasks like software development, data analytics. It start reading everything and let it does by the time we'll end the session. Now I think we are at the end of the session and this last slide is here. Okay, so guys, I'm very close to the end of sessions. Now the skill gain today, creative writing, basic coding, and AI management. I think I would say the best thing you should take it down today is AI management, prompt engineering, and custom GPTs. A prompt engineering was the create framework, which we talk about, create framework, how you can use to build your own prompt in a very efficient way. The basic coding is like automating your task by using slash hacks. Train your chat GPT with slash hacks with as much as possible. So the next time when you use it, you don't have to repeat the same task. And creating content and creating writing informations. If you want to put something which is too sensitive, you don't want to publish it, start using in the image form, because the tokenization of image is way higher than tokenization of any PDF file. Like somebody has mentioned the chat, somebody was mentioned there about OCR. That's all, guys. If you have any questions, I think it is done. It's still searching there. So that is, you will get the report and you can read it in the form of canvas. Canvas is a feature here you can see in ChatGPT here. We were also supposed to see one more feature, that is the Canva. You can ask Canva directly here by enabling Canva here, and it will use here. Now the Canva mode is on. Make poster on India independence. So what it will do, first it will go and integrate with my Canva. It will start using, okay, go it, make it simply. Now it will go to my Canva. It will start social media post. Yes, I need the social media post. So you may have to also add few things to this. Go ahead. You need to just give one more instructions to your GPT to be conversational. Okay, when you say conversational, it will do what? It will, sorry, talk to you like this before just making any answer. Then you're talking to ChatGPT, plugin with canva.com. It has been plugged into my Canva. It will talk to Canva. It will make an image or anything out there for me, and it will bring it down here. This is one application, guys. If you go and see the research Open Academy of ChatGPT, they are building to bring 100+ applications here, and those are going to be way much easier for everybody to integrate these tools. And also you can use ChatGPT on WhatsApp as well. You may have been using or not, I don't know, but if you're using it, that's a very great thing.